Punisher Warzone. So Punisher Warzone is a reboot that follows the war waged by vigilante Frank Castle, played by Ray Stevenson, on crime and corruption, in particular on the disfigured mob boss known as Billy Jigsaw Russoti, played by Dominic West. It is a reboot, and it serves as a reboot rather than a sequel to the 2004's The Punisher, which starred Thomas Jane. And yeah, this movie is pretty awful. I'll say it. It's not bad. This movie is not bad. It's fucking awful. And, it received a lot of negative reviews. It was released by Lionsgate. It received negative reviews, and yeah. And this movie is directed by a karate martial artist, or a former karate martial artist. But, it never got a sequel. So this movie never got a sequel. But Ray Stevenson would later play another Marvel superhero, Volstagg. He would play Volstagg in the Thor movies, and he will also voice the Punisher in the Superhero Squad show. And later on in 2017, well, technically 2016, 20 technically 2016. But anyway, the Punisher would later come back in the Netflix TV show, which is set in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, played by John Bernthal. So, yeah, there's a lot of shit going on behind the scenes. There was a lot of creative conflicts. The film was supposed to, the film had its release date, but it was pushed back 3 months. There was a teaser trailer. And there was an article that claimed that the director was removed, but IGN later confirmed that she was not fired from the movie, and the director said that she herself said that she had some serious battles with Lionsgate, the studio, but denied that she was ever officially off the film. She said, and I quote, Lexi Alexander is her name, said that, and I quote, "My name was never off, nor would I want it taken off, nor did I ever get a pink slip. The truth is that we had probably the same discussions that any other film has," end quote. And also, Lionsgate, there was also a statement that Lionsgate would be editing the film all the way down to a PG-13 rating. The director of photography claimed that the film would still be rated R. So there's a lot of, so there was a lot of confusing back and forth, denial, or what's true, what's not going on behind this movie, and that's one of the reasons why this movie might have failed. So let's actually dive into the movie itself, shall we? Let's not waste any time. So, I feel like this movie, so this is a reboot of The Punisher, which starred, like I said, the 2004 Punisher, which starred Thomas Jane. And just like that movie, it shares a very similar, if not exact, problem with, there's, too much, mindless action with very little substance. There's, so much action going on, but there's, little development. There's a lack of development for any of these characters, or the story itself. I don't know what's going on. And there's also some very, very shitty, awful acting from the cast. What the hell? It's so bad. It's so bad, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my god. It's so. It's goofy and cartoonish. And also, I have nothing against the actor Ray Stevenson, the actor who plays the Punisher in this reboot. I have nothing against him, but he's not a very good Punisher. I actually really liked Thomas Jane. Thomas Jane is a really good Punisher. Thomas Jane and John Bernthal. I really enjoy both of those actors, but Ray Stevenson and like I know the very first movie was played by Dolph Lundgren. Yeah, not very great at all. Both, I love, I like Dolph Lundgren and I don't mind Ray Stevenson, but not a very good Punisher. And the villain of this movie is Jigsaw, played by Dominic West. What? Dominic West? What the hell? What the fuck? This is... I love Dominic West. He's such a tremendous, terrific actor. But... Jesus Christ. His character, Billy, like Jigsaw, he is a very poor and goofy villain who doesn't feel like he should be in this movie because the movie itself, it's just cheesy, and he has this like New York accent, like he's doing like a gangster New York accent, very stereotypical, kind of, but like, and not just him, but going back to the poor acting, like Jigsaw has a brother who is literally fucking crazy, who not only is fucking crazy, but the actor playing him delivers the worst performance, in my opinion, of this entire movie. And I feel like this film really just, kind of expects you to know who the Punisher is. There's like no backstory given. Like, we get flashes. Like he's looking, like when the little girl is holding her hand, or like, Frank Castle is staring at a woman and her children. He's like staring at them, and he's missing and remembering about what happened to his family, but there was no development. At least the Thomas Jane Punisher movie, it started off, not bad, very decent. Not bad, very decent, giving us, Frank Castle, he has this wife, he has this son, he has this ginormous family all on a family vacation before they all get murdered by Howard Saint, played by John Travolta. But in here, there's like no character development. There's no development. Like I said at the very beginning, there's very little substance. There's like, and that's so true, because there's no development. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. And the plot is very boring. With the main conflict, like, okay, I get it. The Punisher is a very graphic character, and if you read the comics, it's the comics themselves, especially the Punisher Max series. Those comic books are very graphic. This is a very violent, ruthless, brutal character, and his comics are also very brutal and ruthless, and they feel like they need to push that rated R all the way. Like when someone gets shot, their fucking leg, either their fucking leg or their fucking head explodes like a like a bomb. I just they're just like, it's like this movie is rated R, so we should have a lot of F bombs. We should have a lot of blood, a lot of gore. Let's have it all, and let's just have some mindless action that have no substance to it. This film also, this movie came out in 2008. You know what else came out in 2008? The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight. And also Iron Man. Two amazing superhero movies. Two of the best comic book movies of all time. The very first Iron Man movie, which kicked off the what is now known as the Marvel Cinematic Universe MCU, and The Dark Knight, which people argue is the number one best superhero movie, period. But this movie feels kind of like an 80s movies. It feels like a superhero movie made in the 1980s. It's so goofy and cheesy, and it doesn't fit in, the time that we're living, the time it came out. So this movie is just awful with the cartoonish violence and the horrible acting, excuse me. So this movie has it all, ladies and gentlemen. So overall, Punisher Warzone has a lot of cartoonish violence, horrific acting, especially like his brother, Jigsaw's brother, Loony Bin Jim, or whatever the fuck his name is. It is such a shame. It is such a shame. But, hey, at least, Ray Stevenson came back and voiced the Punisher in the Superhero Squad show. And I guess I actually do like Jigsaw's design. Like his face looks like the comic books, which is unlike the Netflix. Like come on. Like there's barely any cuts. But yeah, that's all I have to say for Punisher Warzone. If you've seen this movie, let me know what you thought about it in the comment section below. Everyone, thank you so much for taking your time to listen to my review. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see all of you lovely people really soon.